About 2 months ago, I asked the question, which bike would you rather buy? The Trek Marlin 7 or the Specialized Rockhopper Comp 1x? And 66% of you said you'd rather get the Specialized. So after being out of stock for about 2 months due to the increased bike demand, I was finally able to get my hands on one. First off, I want to give a huge shout out to Carolina Triathlon for hooking me up with this bike. I called ahead and they were able to put one aside for me, which is really awesome. They didn't have to do that. These bikes are selling like hotcakes. And luckily I got the last Comp 1x in a large frame, so it was really awesome. So if you're ever in the Greenville area and you have any sort of bike needs or even triathlon needs, go ahead and hit those guys up. Now this is just going to be a quick overview of the bike. A review of the whole bike is going to be coming soon. I don't like to review the bikes unless I've ridden them for about 100 miles. So what I'm going to do is ride the bike bone stock. I'm not going to make any changes to it for 100 miles and then I'll give you my opinions of the bike. So for right now, I'm just going to show you how it's spec'd right out of the bike shop. And just keep in mind, I have the 29er version with a large frame. The tires are Specialized Ground Control Sports with flak jacket, extra puncture protection. They're 29 by 2.3, which is kind of nice. They're not really narrow, but they're not super wide. They're just kind of right in the middle. The tread pattern really reminds me of a WT Trail Boss. It's going to be a fast rolling tire. The rims are stout, which I believe comes from Specialized. Double walled rims, not tubeless ready, so don't expect that. The hubs are Shimano, which is really nice. And mounted to the hubs is the rotors. You have 180 up front and 160 back. And it comes with hydraulic disc brakes. These are the MT200s from Shimano, which is their entry-level offering for their brakes, but I have them on my other bike and they work really well, especially once they're bedded in. Connecting all of this is a quick release skewer, so you're not going to get any through axles or boost spacing here. And it is connected to a SR Suntour XCM shock, which features 100 millimeters of travel in the 29er version large frame. And it has Specialized own dampening circuit in there, so it's going to work a little bit better than a stock SR Suntour XCM. And it does have 30 millimeter stanchions, so it's a little bit beefier than the lower SR Suntour forks, which have 28 millimeter stanchions. Going up to the head tube, it's just a regular straight head tube. It's not tapered, so even in the higher trims, even though you're getting to $1,000, it's still going to be a straight head tube, which could possibly affect if you want to make some upgrades. Coming up top to the handlebars, I'm not exactly sure how wide these are. I couldn't see online, but if I had to guess, they're about 720 millimeters. They're not the widest things ever, but they're not extremely narrow. I think they're in a good spot right in the middle. Not 100% sure on the stem length. I want to say it's probably about 50 to 60 millimeters, so not really long, not super short either. Comes with Specialized locking grips. These are actually really nice. I really like these. Frame does have internal routing ready to go, which is really awesome. It makes cable management more effective, easier. The only thing is, if you've never routed internal cables, it can be somewhat of a headache sometimes, but once you get it in, it's pretty much good to go, and you're not going to hear all that rattling and whatnot, hopefully. Again, we see Stout branded. The crank arm is by Stout. Up front, you're going to get a 30-tooth chainring. And for the pedals, it comes equipped with Specialized plastic pedals. So, not great, but it's better than nothing. So for the seat, we're going to get a Specialized bridge seat, or saddle as some people like to call it. Very comfortable saddle. Coming back here to the back, this has a microshift advent derailleur and shifting setup, which is really awesome. Comes with a clutch. If you don't know what a clutch is, basically it holds tension onto your bike's chain so that there's not as much slap on the chain. Basically just holds it tighter and also helps to prevent chain drops. The rear, we have an 11 to 40 tooth cassette, and it is a 9-speed. You see quick release again. We have the Shimano brakes here in the back and the Shimano hub with the Shimano rotors, and it's 160 in the rear, and again it's 180 up front. And the rear, we're also going to have the same for the rim and the ground control tire, same width as well, 2.3. And that's pretty much it for this bike. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick overview of the new Specialized Rockhopper Comp 1x. And the reason I went with this bike, I think it's going to be very popular. A lot of people are getting into biking right now due to everybody wanting to be outside. And this bike As a jack of all trades, I think there really is a bike for everybody within this new range. Anyways, please like and subscribe for more content like this, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.